What's up? It's your boy Carcino here, and let's get into it as we go over the truth behind the beef between infamous Syndicate and the infamous Mobb Deep. Now, Mobb Deep has been synonymous since they came out with the word the infamous. When they came out with that album, they claimed the fame. They felt no one in the world could use that but them. That was it. They were the ones that could use the infamous title and could nobody else say anything else about it. Okay? So when we get to these situations and we get to like the know-how or the uh the reasoning behind the subjects, you start to dig and you find out a lot more about the situations that was actually present. And some people at that time there was no internet, so you didn't really know what was going on. Like some of this stuff is actually shocking to find out, even for the people involved. They was like, man, I wonder what I knew something was going on, and they were telling me lies. Now, infamous Mobb Deep, we all know Mobb Deep's legacy in the game. So at this point, Mobb Deep is about two albums deep at this time. They're at the infamous Mobb Deep is at I would say their level at this time is a little bit different. They're more at the prominence right now. Biggie's gone, Pac's gone, so now it's falling onto Nas, the Jay-Z's, Mobb Deeps, the Wu-Tangs. You know, they're basically holding the fort down. So the third album is on its way, and here comes this new group called the infamous Syndicate. And they're being advertised in the Source. Now, when you get in the Source magazine, you know, that's like making it. And they got Changing the Game coming. And it don't have any pictures in there. It's like two, and what they basically wanted to do was promote them as if they were like Charlie Angels. So you got Shauna from Chicago, you got Latifah, who went by the name Tifa, you got her from Chicago, and you basically No ID and a bunch of Chicago producers made this album. Even Kanye did 2 songs. So what you're looking at is a whole breakthrough because while he's working, and this was like his way into the game for Kanye, they chose the wrong record really to come out with. And this had nothing to do really with Mobb Deep. What they were thinking was, I need something here. You know, let me get something to change the game here. You know, we wanted to make some like female rap Charlie Angels. So that's how the cover was. Like these two women are changing the game. So they found out they two women, you know, doing their thing and they putting their music out, the infamous Syndicate. But a lot of people in New York thought, oh, okay, y'all got a female group. And P Prodigy like, yo, Don, you sound crazy, son. What girl group we got out? We ain't got no girls group. Yeah, the infamous Syndicate. It's in the Source. It's in the what? See, this is what I'm talking about. Every time we come out with something, and now here they come. They want to steal off the Mobb Deep. Now everybody want to be infamous, right? Well, nobody infamous until Mobb Deep. That's what I'm talking about. These fake ucks. So right away, animosity. So you got No ID working on this album. You got Echo, you got Cat One's people. Relatively Records is just really the first, people to really give them the shot. And this album is so Chicago. If you're from the Chi, definitely find this album. It is a classic because it's underrated if you're from the Chi because you understand a lot of the stuff from Here I Go. Here I Go is a Chicago song. That's a Chicago song which mixes like house and hip hop into it. And when you hear it, you know, oh God, I know exactly what this is. From the intro to Here I Go, you know exactly where you are on that record. You know everything. The bouncer skit, all of it. So all of that is No ID. Then the song they should have went with was the Kanye West What You Do to Me. The What You Do to Me song should have been the single. I mean the single to come out. But No ID put out his single, Here I Go. And that didn't really land. And then they felt a lot of pushback, especially in New York, a place they really needed to hit. And at that point, Atlanta was starting to get to a point where, it's not where it is now. But if it had been, this album would have had much more success. The album came out and it just probably did 200 some thousand sales, and it just really didn't take off. And it should have done a lot better. They even put some East Coast rappers on there. Fatal Hussein got the Clock Strikes 12. Kanye produced that too. So, yeah, my favorite one on there was the one Kanye did, The City of Hustlers, and West Side with Cat One. You know, this album was so Chicago and so hip hop, and but you could tell the styles and from 1999, the way the beat selection was in 1999. This is 1999. And you could tell right from that 98, 99 what the game was. And you could tell Shauna is way better than Tifa when it comes to the rap. And you can tell she stands out. And I can see, you'll see why everybody said, oh, yeah, you put this with Ludacris? Luda and her on the same record? It's going to do what it's going to do. So that's when I mentioned it a little bit in there. And what happened was Mobb Deep decided to make it their personal, and I do mean personal, vendetta to take out this group. They had Chris Lighty, they had Violator really going after, do nobody book them, do not. This was really going on behind the scenes with the infamous Syndicate and them doing shows. They was it was gonna be vicious. They was talking about having other women beat these girls down. It was a serious, you putting them in a dangerous situation, done. My murder mommies and all these, you moving them to a whole different situation. Like, it was serious. Relatively records, whatever, they was like, we don't want this drama. The records ain't selling. It ain't popping. New York don't want to play it and spin the records. Certain people are walking from the project. And then people's like, if we play this record here, they taking all their artists off. They got to change their name. It's like they already got the album out. They can't destroy the album. Well, the group better change their name from now on. They could just be something else, Syndicate, but they got to take the infamous off that record. So on the Violator album, Prodigy has a song. And he makes sure he takes a shot at the infamous Cindy. I put holes in your body like a pause in the potty and douse your open sores with Bacardi. My dun-duns come up in the house and make head spin. Owns it. That's the infamous. Keep your distance. Fake Uck still coming out. using infamous. I say it for the last motherfucking time. It just come with your own it or get shanked and shot by Queensbridge at the next industry convention. So when he said that, a lot of people didn't know what he was speaking on. He was speaking on this situation. It was very violent, but yeah, it was. That's Mobb Deep. But this is what he was speaking on. And by that time, it was just defunct. They was just like, look, here's your money, paid them out, and just released them. And I think Tifa was on radio or something like that, and we all know what Shauna did. And Mobb Deep went and dropped Quiet Storm and everything else. It was bigger than life. So then they put out the infamous Mobb and everything else. But yeah, they didn't like anybody talking about anything with infamous. They ain't even like people claiming QB. You know, like, hey, who is this dude? He's saying QB. They was on all that stuff. Bridge people, they Trump built for war, built for it. But yeah, that's the kind of nonsense that went on with the album. But definitely go check the record out. If you definitely an old head that probably didn't, then this one then slipped through the cracks. And you from Chicago, you definitely gonna recognize a lot of the songs, a lot of the cadence, everything Chicago. But anyway, I'm out. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to the page and listen to all the rest of the hip hop beefs that we got on there. And definitely don't forget to hit up the Cash App and support the page. My name is Carcino on the Cash App, or you could click the link in the description box and hit up the Streamlab. It's a lot, I know. Don't blame me. Blame you.